Hello to you, it's Martin from Dartana Plants. I do like a nice gardening hack. It does make life a little bit easier as a gardener, particularly if it does work. Now, I've got, obviously, like everyone else who's got a garden, a lot of old tools. Oh, and by the way, the reason why I'm indoors at the moment, it is absolutely pelters outside. Horrible. Not even nice enough to wander up to the polytunnel. So anyway, I've got in a couple of old tools, Secateurs in this case, which were fairly rank to be perfectly honest, because I'd seen the old hack about vinegar and salt cleaning them up. Now, the problem is with hacks, most of the time they're bloody rubbish. However, I wanted to see what this one would be like because it would be nice to get these little things sorted out. Anyway, much to the wife's unhappiness, I've used one of her mugs to put the vinegar in. Now, a lot of these places say use white vinegar, which is fine. It might be white vinegar is the one to use, but I've used a couple of old bits of vinegar we had lying around. One's a cider vinegar, which is about 15 years old, and the other one's a bit of Sarson's, which we don't use much of. So I chuck some of that in. I've pretty much been able to cover most of the tools, but if this goes all right, I'm probably do it in a bigger vessel and cover it up to about there. Anyway, that's lesson learned. I just want to see whether this works. Now, this has been in now, and I've seen it after one day, and I was quite impressed. So I've put them in for a little bit longer. This has been in now for 2 days. So without getting too much mess over the table, I'll perhaps widen this out here a little bit. Let's see. I have to be honest, it's quite impressive, to be honest. Now, I will give you an idea of what it was like before and after. That's where it hasn't gone up and covered. As you can see, rusty as hell. And here, all of this was exactly the same. Now, got a cloth. This is only a bit of kitchen towel. Give it a quick rub. Now, I could use probably a little wire brush on this or something like that. God, it smells of metal. I just, to be honest, it's so good. Look, so good. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Look at that. You can see, I don't need to show you a before and after because you can see the before here. Look at it. Horrible. Gunky up here. You can see the line where the vinegar went up to. It's, I have to be honest, it's as good as bloody new. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to mess around and oil these yet. I'm going to get a bigger container, get a bit more vinegar, or top up on that vinegar, and I'm going to cover it all the way up to here. Get it all nicely done. Then, now these were really, really horrible. So I'd be interested to see. I didn't pull these out at all. These were, I couldn't move them, to be honest. They were welded shut. I managed to force them open in order to conduct this little experiment, but they were absolutely hanging. I was going to throw these away. Honestly, going to throw them away. They were awful. Look at that. Unbelievable. Sorry, I shouldn't be shocked, but I am. Fantastic. I am so pleased with that. And I think, you know, in some of like the sort of like the cheapy supermarkets like the BMs or, you know, the Poundlands and stuff like that, you can get big 2 or 3 litre tubs of really rubbish vinegar, chuck it in, get these sorted out. So what I'm going to do is go in, I'm going to fill up, I'll find some sort of vessel to fill this up with so it's fully covered. Do that over a couple of days, get them cleaned up, which they will do naturally with the vinegar. Then I'm going to oil them. What I'm going to do with the oil is nice and straightforward. Again, another little hack. Have a tub, fill that tub with sand and pour old oil over it. Now I've got old oil knocking around because I've got a Land Rover Defender, so I just put a tub underneath the engine when it's standing on the driveway. But just get some oil, doesn't have to be new or fresh, just some old rubbish knocking around, or go and scab it somewhere, maybe even try to go to a garage and get some. Get that in, and what you do is you fill it up, a tub with sand and oil, and you stick the tool in there, and that will cover it with with oil. Sand will just flick off, that's fine. Now, also, you do that if you've got a big enough tub, do that with your main garden tools like spades, forks, and stuff like that. It is so, so good. But anyway, that's another day, that's another hack. But in the meantime, I think I might be cleaning a lot of the tools off this way and then getting sorted out. That is really good. Big thumbs up. Vinegar cleaning. Vinegar, salt. In this cup, 2 tablespoons of salt and vinegar up to the top. I'm going to put it into a bigger vessel, might stick an extra salt in it. That'll be fine and fruity. It saves the tools. They are literally as this one was being thrown away. Now it will be used in vengeance on the garden. Thank you for watching. I am Plantalicious.